Lion's Arch was not flooded due to natural cause, and neither were the earthquakes that set the destroyers free in the northern Shiver Peaks. For all that has been forgotten, the biggest dangers that now threaten Tyria are ancient powers awakening from their long slumber. The Elder Dragons, a mysterious race of draconic creatures, are set to rival the powers of the gods themselves. One thing is certain, they definitely date back to long before the arrival of the gods, and have been sleeping for thousands of years, forgotten by the races of Tyria, and are now tumbling the continents into chaos and havoc as they awake. The first of these ancient monstrosities to awaken was the Elder Dragon Primordus. Originally resting in a deep underground cavern where subterranean races such as the Azura made their homes, his initial awakening was halted by the defeat of his champion and general, called the Great Destroyer, who, 250 years ago, had forced the Azura and many other races to the surface, but was eventually defeated after the dwarves had undergone the rite of the Great Dwarf. Nevertheless, Primordus eventually rose from his slumber, and now, together with his army of destroyers, controls the depths of Tyria. After Primordus, other Elder Dragons began to stir one by one. Jormag was second, an ancient Elder Dragon of Ice. It had been actively influencing Tyria for years, whispering promises of power to Norns such as Svanir through his minions and turning him into a corrupted half-Norn, half-bear. This sparked the creation of a cult known as the Sons of Svanir, who now worship Jormag as the strongest spirit of the wild. Through their powers, Jormag hastened its awakening, and when he eventually awoke in 1165, it caused earthquakes that cracked and shattered the northernmost lands, changing the entire landscape. But most of all, Jormag and his ice-brought minions proved to be way too powerful for the Norn and forced them to flee their homelands. In 1219, the sunken lands of Or rose from the depths, and with it came the third Elder Dragon to awaken, the Elder Dragon of Undeath called Zhaitan. The force of what is now called the Rising of Or devastated many coastal regions such as Lion's Arch, but far more devastating are the Risen. This undead army controlled by Zhaitan consists of former citizens of Or, corsairs and pirates, and almost every victim they now claim. The dragon's undead navy also blocks off any passage to Cantha, making any communications with the continent impossible, and those that attempt to do so are swiftly added to Zhaitan's ranks. Much like his other brethren, Kralkatorrik, the Elder Dragon of Crystal, also left a mark on the world upon its awakening in 1320. Often referred to as a hurricane and sandstorm, he formed what is now called the Dragon Brand, a scar left by his flight path throughout Char territory in Ascalon and ending in the Crystal Desert. This land, much like its inhabitants, turned into a twisted crystallized state. The unlucky souls to be caught in his wake were turned into the Branded, a group of mutated crystalline corrupted beings that now serve Kralkatorrik. Being the most recent to awake, he was also the most recent to escape defeat and certain death when his former champion Glint, a powerful dragon oracle, joined forces with Destiny's Edge, a famous adventuring guild. However, the attempt to destroy Kralkatorrik failed when Loken Thackeray left to save Queen Janna, who was under the assault by the Branded. Kralkatorrik escaped and killed both Glint and Snaff, resulting in the disbanding of Destiny's Edge. But these four are not the only Elder Dragons out there. A fifth unknown Elder Dragon has risen from the depths of a sea and has the power to create tentacled creatures from the waters. Not much is known about this deep sea dragon, and for now this creature seems to have limited influence over Tyria, but has driven out the Krayt, Quaggan and other sea creatures alike. Whether more Elder Dragons will appear remains to be seen, but for now the races of Tyria must band together if they wish to hope to survive the coming onslaught, and maybe most of all be thankful that these ancient powers fight each other just as much as they fight the other living creatures.